Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Right, we were going through the shelves today and we're slowly working our way through the collection and seeing what's what and catching up with different bits and pieces. And sometimes we forget what we got, so we need to, we're slowly working our way through it. And then I came across the Macrofelli Gigas, the giant Japanese funnel webs. And I thought, right, I need to feed and water these and everything else. So I thought, why not do it with you guys? You can come along and join us and see what's going on. And you can also see how some of these have really grown. We'll have a little chat about how they've been getting on and what we've been up to and all the rest of it. So we're going to start off with the small ones. Now these were the Juvies that you would have seen back a long time ago when they were just tiny little slings, and they've really grown up now. They've done really well. Now we've had some that have been a little bit temperamental, and we've lost some in molts and things like this, and it took a little while just to sort of like establish how they were working out best.
You don't put the box nice for me.
And we've this one's being a little shy. As you can see, 9 times out of 10, all they really want to do is escape. They don't want to get too close to us. We'll stick a little roach in there. You see? And even though he knows that, there we go, he's got it. Took him a little while to work out what was going on there, whether it was food or not. Right. What we try and do is we'll breeze through them, and hopefully we'll get one that actually faces the camera. We have to be a little bit careful how we go about doing them, because as you'd have remembered, we did have one that decided to come leaping straight out of the box almost instantly. They are very fast. There we go. So we'll get another little roach. We'll see how this one goes. Yep, he's disappearing. Let me hook him back out again. Ah, see, he's got it. Look at that. Cool little takedown there. We just add a little bit of water to his bowl. Now these guys are going to be fine in these boxes for another molt or two. They'll be okay. The only reason we might literally rehouse these now would be just to clean them up a little bit, smarten them up, fresh them up a little bit, which might not be a bad idea, because we're going to have to rehouse the larger ones. They're going to need to go into their sort of permanent accommodation, ready for breeding. Now we've been a little bit behind with these, what with the move and everything else, because we still need to work out the sexes of these guys. We need to find out who's who. Notice how they quite often run to the corners. Right, what we'll do is we'll get our little roach, pop him on here. Oh, another lovely little takedown there. While he's preoccupied with that, we'll take the opportunity to put a little bit of water in the bowl. See how he's trying to hide away? To excuse my coughing, we were sexing some Bohemians earlier on, and they kicked up hairs, and I've been coughing and choking ever since. Rule number 1, don't get close to hair kicking Bohemians. This is quite a lively one. So if I turn it around this way, bit of luck, we can catch it running towards you. See it get down nice and low with it. We'll see. There we go. Keep on the roach. Ooh. Cool, we get one in a perfect position and it ain't hungry. Look at that. And sometimes it takes them a few seconds just to work out whether it's food or whether it's a threat. I've got a feeling this one might even dive out the box. Oh, that was a takedown and a half. Get some nice close-ups on this one. You know, it's almost like how they have to sit and think about it, whether it's really going to happen or not. So like we were saying, we got a couple more molts to get out of these guys, and you can see there's a molt in this one. There's a molt in the side there. So when we get a few moments, we get a little bit of time, we'll go through them and we'll pick out these molts and see if we can't literally find out what we've got. Oh, don't be going anywhere, my dear. What a wonderful looking spider. See the size of those fangs. Huge, great things. Really, really cool. There we go, get a nice face on, look. Look at that. You wouldn't want to be a roach, would you? Now in comparison, these funnel webs, they have a huge fang compared to their body and their general size. And as been said with these guys, these aren't going to kill you, but they are significantly important in their venom. They are very strong venom. So we need to treat them with a bit of respect. We've done the water. You see when they're jumpy like that, we just come down completely square on the top. It doesn't matter where it runs to. All exits are covered, which is what we want. If you went down on one corner and then tried to close it, there's a good chance it will fly out the other side and disappear. Right, this is another youngster. You can see how these have really, really grown over the last sort of 4 or 5 months. They really, really are quite impressive now. Now this one had a little bit of web attached to the lid, and that's what was making it a little jumpy there. You can see it all moving around there now. There we go. Oh, no, she decided to hide away. Bit jumpy, this one. Oh, yeah, I think we'll leave this one be. We'll leave its roach in there, and then we'll give her a moment to settle herself down. Sometimes when they're very, very jumpy like that, it's best just to let them be. 1 out of 5 so far is not too bad. This is another one that's a little bit flighty. Let's have a look. You see how sticky that web is. The very outsides of the web are incredibly fine, and that's what this one's stuck in at the moment. Not sure it's going to come out. See the huge spinnerets on it. Absolutely massive. You'll also note with these guys, the soil is nice and damp. We keep it quite damp. What we're going to do now, we're going to see if we can't get this water bowl out. You notice we're holding the web down with our finger there, and that's to stop it pulling the whole thing, because she's got her feet on it and she can feel that. Now we've moved that, it's very unlikely she'll take that food while we're here. So what we'll do is we'll close her up, keep her down. She'll soon pop up and have that. Right, now we're on to some of the bigger ones. These are some of the larger ones. These really are quite a good size. You see how jumpy they are. Don't know where the water bowl is on this one. What we're going to do, she's down here. Be very careful. You notice how we can just peel that off with the least amount of disturbance possible. It's all about being nice and gentle. I'll prop her a roach in, but I don't think she'll come out for it. So we'll leave her to it. I don't think she'll come out, she's hidden away. So these big ones, these are all in need of a rehouse now. They're all ready to go up. And I wouldn't mind betting that some of these are actually of a breedable size. There's been a lot of talk. You notice how they're very, very different animals compared to the smaller ones. These are really jumpy. Really, really jumpy. What we'll do is we'll try with the food first. See if we can't. If I can get hold of one. Right. Hope it don't scare the life out of her. Typical. Come this way. That one's just woken up and grabbed his roach. That's it, come that way. Here we go. You're going the wrong way, Mr. Roach. There's one cheeky roach. Go this way. We couldn't make this any easier, could we? Well, I never. Right, so what we're going to do, punch a hole in there. Let's try another one. So far, the younger ones, the smaller ones, have been a little bit more willing to partake. This one was sort of sitting there thinking, all right. Oh, that was good. That was so cool. Look at that. That was a really nice takedown. You can see the spinnerets, really, really long. The spinnerets are actually about the same size as the abdomen in length. Very, very similar. You can see now as they're getting older, they're getting that black carapace, the bright red fangs. They really are looking nice. So these guys need moving up now. We need to put them in something larger. And I think what we'll do is we'll move them over to maybe put them in, maybe try and put them in one of the, I'm going to try and get a photograph of this. We'll try and put them in maybe one of the 5 litre really useful tubs, and see if we can't do something there. Bless you. That is really nice. Always try and get our opportunities for a photograph. Look how strong that web is. And all we're doing is we're filling the water bowl up. We don't need to clear it right out. They'll be able to go down and drink from that, no problem at all. Put on there. Move your toes. There we go. Oh, she's dropped her roach. She'll soon go back. Right. Well, that was a nice takedown. Let's see what this one does. Now, one of the things that we have found with these is molting has been a bit of an issue. It's quite a delicate time for them. Not sure this one's going to come up, but yeah, it's a really, really delicate time. I don't think this one's going to come out. What we'll do, while it's tucked away, we'll try and get that bowl out, because we can't do much with that as it is. There we go. Ooh, it's coming right close to him. I think the movement of us with the water bowl has probably been enough to put this one into hiding. Yeah, he's not going to go. Oh, I've got the lid on. Now you see that then? He's grabbed the food now. He actually went into threat display once it saw, look at those fangs, once it saw the lid coming on. See those fangs, look at those. Now an interesting thing here, when you look at the fang, look how deep it is. From the top to the bottom, it is really, really, the red part there, that is really, really deep. Now, many of our spiders have got, you know, good strong fangs like this, but these guys are exceptional. Very, very deep. You can just about see that. It's quite something else. Well, that went a bad one. That took a nice catch. Fabulous things. All right. Now the other thing that we have noticed with these is when they molt, they have very, very fine molts. And they can be quite difficult to try and sex them because the malts are so fine. As soon as you get them wet and we start to work with them, it's difficult not to tear them. And then of course once we tear it, we have to wait for a whole new malt again. It all takes a bit of time. He went straight down, didn't he? Oh, he's literally gone. He's going to be right down underneath him in a second. There he is. No, he's coming back. Oh, this is interesting. The water bowl is now upside down. Okay. See how strong this is. Now while we're doing this, we're moving it away and we're watching that spider all the time to see what it's doing, see what kind of reaction we're getting from it. And as you notice, what we're doing is we're trying to move this stuff with the least amount of disturbance to the surrounding area. And now she's working her way down towards us. What you would hope is that she would stay in her tunnel, which is along the side of the enclosure. Slowly just getting this out. There you go. You see how we're holding the web down with the forceps? Keeping it down. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in there now. Like so. You know, it's the interesting thing there. We're not having any bolting around. And we're not getting any threat displays. This is because our spider's not seeing us as a threat. Because we're not giving it enough to upset it. Now look at that, you see. Spider, he knows there's something going on. He knows we've been in and we've invaded his home. And he's still thinking that there is a little bit of danger out there. Interesting, isn't it? As soon as we say we've not had a threat display, he goes and gives us one. He probably won't feed while he's like this, but we'll try. Oh, he's got him. Look at that. He took him nonetheless. Lovely looking spider. Now, right up until that point, it was actually the roach that upset the spider. Not what we were doing. The roach bumbling around is what created that display. And the reason he reacted to the roach like that is because we've been in there. We've moved the web around. He knows, there's something heavier than a roach about. So he's in two minds as to whether it's food time or whether he needs to defend himself. And of course, once that roach come bumbling in, that was enough to set him off and get that reaction out of him. And there we saw the display. Just get another photograph. Very photogenic spiders, these, when you can get them to sit still. I think we've only had one refuse food, haven't we? And I think we heard him clambering about afterwards. There's another large one. This one's not moved yet. Oh, there we go. You notice one thing that's very, very obvious with all of them is they're all quite happy just to stick their head in a hole. Okay. There we go. We'll drop that in there. Whoa, look at that. You see, he's moving now. He's holding himself up because he's trying to keep the roach from gripping the web. Otherwise, the roach will end up dragging him around. It makes it hard work for him. So if he can lift him up, get him up above the web, give his venom time to work and subdue the roach, it makes life a whole lot easier. These guys don't want to expel any energy that they don't have to. Now he could feel the air from that then. Just goes to show just how sensitive these guys are. Really, really sensitive. That is a cracking spider. Beautiful. I thought you were going to climb in the box with it then. Right, we'll get the lid back on this one. And we'll go straight over the top. There you go. They're being lovely and calm. Have we spoken too soon?
Oh, no, it's better. Yeah.
There we go, here comes the next one. Looks like this one's turned his lid upside down as well. There you go. So this one has just gone straight into hiding. And what they do is they create a tunnel running all the way around the edge. And this is where they retreat to when they feel threatened, which is exactly what this little guy has just done. So what we're going to do now, we need to, you can see this is the base of the water bowl. So it's upside down. So we need to now get it out without pulling all of this web around. So if you keep your eyes on the web, and you'll see what we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold this now like this. We're literally just going to break the edge. And so try not to move it too much. We can hear him now. He's moving. He's still right under here. So we don't want to upset him. Once we can get the edge of it, you can see now we can peel it off. It's really quite webbed up, this one. There we go. And what we're doing now is we're just going to peel it out. There you go. It comes out lovely and clean. See that? Now we can put it back where it was. You notice we've not disturbed this part of the web at all, and our spider is down here. And as long as this part here stays untouched, and we're not shaking it and beating it about, that spider will stay there. Now another thing that you'd have seen us doing there, we're using the tongs and we're using our fingers to actually get the bowl. And the reason we're doing this is because if we were trying to do it with two tongs, we would not be able to get the pressure to enable us to keep this part still and peel this out and remove it without lifting all of this webbing. And then what would happen is our spider will bolt out, or he'll get upset with us, and we don't want that. So I don't think this one will come out and feed, so we'll leave that one to it. We'll probably hear him clambering about a bit later on. He's going to go down. He's actually going to go down where our spider is hiding. He's walking right into the rear end of our spider.
No joy for us. We can't see.
You can't see him, no. Our roach is hiding as well now. He's probably gone down there and thought, oh my God, what on earth is this? There you go, here comes our spider. So he would have felt the roach then, and he's bolted. And the reason for the change in behaviour is purely because it's because we've been in there. So we are a threat to all intents and purposes. And he can feel the weight of our intent. Whereas a roach is really light-footed. Look at that, straight into threat display. Wow. Whoa, look at that. That went straight into threat display. That's the first one out.
Turn it and get some light.
Whoa, you see? Got to be careful. Right, we'll get a bit of food. Oh, there we go. See? Oh, blimey. That is a very, very nervous one.
Wow.
Very, very nervous. We're going to have to watch this one. I won't mind betting this is the one that come leaping out the bleeding box that time. I'm just going to take a chance, take it steady with this one. The roach is down there as well. She's about to turn around on the roach, I think. There we go. She's coming back towards you now. Can't really see, can you? The actual roach is here. Yeah, I think we'll close the door on this one. We really don't want to be chasing a funnel web around the room again. It's just too busy in here to be chasing them about. But yeah, that's not bad. Out of all of the funnel webs that we done there then, we only had one that went into an immediate threat display, which was quite interesting. But it also shows that if we're nice and gentle and calm with what we're doing, you notice when we undo the boxes, we open them very, very gently. And this is because of vibration. And as you know, all of your spiders, they all live in a sensory world. So vibration is the biggest thing. It's almost like the language of their world. So if we're heavy-handed and we snap the lids off and we bang them about, we already put that spider in fear. If we can get the lids off nice and gently, they know we're here, but they don't see us as an immediate threat, which is what we're trying to achieve. We don't want them to think we're something bad. But I think generally, overall, they were really good. Now, the larger ones it's very evident now that these guys need a rehouse. So I think what we'll do is we'll get some new enclosures, buy some new enclosures, and we'll set them up. And then what we'll do is we'll do a video of rehousing these spiders. Because as you can see, doing what we're doing now, where we're not interacting with them as such, they're generally fairly well behaved and pretty cool spiders. The minute we start asking them to actually move around and go somewhere else, out of their comfort zone, that's going to be the fun time. And that's probably where we're going to end up chasing one or two of them around, because they are going to be very fast and they're going to be out of here like a shot. So I think what we'll do is we'll save that for another video and we'll do it properly and see if we can't get some really, really good footage. But yeah, generally speaking, you've seen the difference in the size now. The youngsters have really grown on. The large juvies that were before are now coming up to sort of sub-adult size now. They're really doing well. And as we said earlier on, we did suffer a little bit in molts. So they're quite prone to having bad molts. And it's a difficult time for them. And we have lost a few like that. And we've lost a couple for no apparent reason whatsoever. We've just lost them, which is what happens with spiders. And this is partly due to the fact that, you know, our spiders have such large egg sacs that not every spider is a winner. So we have to take the rough with the smooth. But yeah, we're really pleased with how these guys have all come on. They're looking marvellous. Right, Well, I hope you enjoyed that little recap at our funnel web colony. We call them a colony because they're like one big family here. Really, really nice. Right then, don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I'll see you soon, guys.